John Dwyer here, Institute of Wow, with another boastful show-off case study or successful case study. And this is all about the Burger Institute, which is a company that owns 2 restaurants and their burger joints, licensed burger joints. And this is all about the transformation of what they were and what they now are. With a bit of wow factor and pixie dust thrown on top. The 2 guys who own the Burger Institute were involved in a franchise burger business before they came and met me, and they weren't happy with that particular franchise. Now, it wasn't McDonald's, it wasn't one of those huge franchises, but it was a funky, what would I say, gourmet burger franchise, and they weren't happy with the marketing of that franchise and some of the restrictions that they had, so they decided to leave and go it alone. And they said to me, look, we want to really start from scratch, but we would like you to provide the creative in terms of the look and feel and the ambience that we should have in the restaurants. And so I said, fine. Now, I've got a lot of experience with regards to the hospitality and restaurant industry. I'm very much into theming for cafes and restaurants and hotels. And therefore, I've spent a lot of time with the Disney organisation and over in America, going through the various themed restaurant precincts. So I was, I think, in a pretty good position to provide them with advice. And you'll see on the screen right now the sort of brand persona that I created for them. It's sort of New York, but modern, contemporary and reasonably funky, but at the same time won't scare a family. It won't scare a family away, and it won't scare a baby boomer away, okay? So the challenge was, because they had their restaurants in Brisbane, 2 of them, in areas where they were family precincts, what they didn't want to do is what they felt the mistake of the franchisor was, that they belonged to previously, and that was that it was too funky, with lots of graffiti on the wall and all sorts of things, and that they were going to scare away family groups and older people. And so we needed to, I guess, rise to the challenge and create, a modern, contemporary look and feel, but at the same time, it would attract a wide audience. And we've done that successfully. So what I thought I'd do is just show you on the screen right now an example of their takeaway menu. You'll see there that we're making sure that there's lots of warm colours, as in browns and tans and oranges, because at the end of the day, if you're selling burgers, you don't want to put seafood colours, as in blue and green, around your menu. The ambience of the restaurants, by the way, was done the same way, and in fact, you'll see on the screen right now, they've had a motif painted on the wall of their restaurant, which is just spectacular. The actual restaurant itself is, very modern and very contemporary. In terms of, the difference that we've made to their business since they've gone from a franchisee to owning their own business and creating the Burger Institute. By the way, I had nothing to do with the name Institute. They came up with the name Burger Institute, okay? So it wasn't influential from the Institute of Wow. But yeah, significant difference in their business from what they were to what they are now. And I thought you might like to hear what they've got to say themselves, the 2 owners, Michael and Warren.
When you have queries, you have questions, you have ideas, and you're at a railway crossing, you don't know where you're going to go, it's just great to have someone who's got the knowledge, the experience, the background, to be able to call on, get a response very, very quickly. And again, like Warren said, no BS, just straight to the point. Whether your ideas are rubbish, your ideas aren't, run our ideas past JD, and it's just been extremely proactive, and whenever we've needed an answer, it's come very quickly.
Often we might think we're fantastic, have a good idea, but someone's there to pull us in the line quite quickly, and we often need that, because you might be heading off in the wrong tangent of what you're trying to achieve, and have someone actually pull you back in line, and it makes it very worthwhile and just helps immensely. You've got to make some tough decisions, and it's good to have someone who can take the piss every now and then and actually realise that, hey, you can have some fun and do this as well. It's it's serious trying to make money and do a business, develop it and grow it, but it's good to have a good laugh at the same time, but constructive, move on.
Serious undertones, but have a bit of fun while you're doing it.
Yeah. The closed Facebook club is great. It's not just allows us to ask questions, but we get to see other people post them as well and get JD's words of wisdom in there. Often there might be an idea that I didn't even think of, but I get ideas, pick it up, and then try and turn it around and be positive for my business as well.
Absolutely, and it's always good when we've got issues or concern, or even if we just can't sleep at night, just calling JD 2 o'clock in the morning and you get a response. It's great, and you get a very brutally honest, direct response. So very, very handy. Another example we had was where we had double-page newspaper ad in a local newspaper, had a distribution of about 40,000. That was our idea. We put it forward, we put it in the newspaper. We had a very small response, only about 12. Then we went back to JD. JD said, why didn't you implement the strategy that I had in place for your double page spread in the first place? We've implemented that and we've had a huge response. It was just a few subtle tweaks, but it was really trying to engage the customers and get them to come in with a realistic offer and an offer that was going to be attractive, and it worked.
Okay, so let me show you the transformation of their website. This is my layout that I put together for them. And when that's given to our website genius, then this is what it turns into. And you'll see there that it's a direct response designed website, as opposed to what they used to have. If you look at this right now, this was the Hello Harry's website. And you'll see that basically they didn't feature very much of the product, and they certainly didn't feature graphics or photographs of their customers. And one of the cardinal sins that a lot of people make on their websites and literature is that they don't feature their target audience. And you've got to remember, of course, is that people are attracted to people who look like them or who sound like them. So therefore, on most of your communications, particularly your website, you should be showing your target audience, because if it happens to be someone that's in, you know, my particular demographic, then I will be attracted by that. And so you'll see that when we show the before and after on the screen right now, there is a significant difference of what they used to look like as a franchisee with that franchise chain, as opposed to what they look like now. And as you've heard from the guys with their kind video testimonial, it has made a significant difference to their turnover. Just thought you'd enjoy that, because let's face it, we all enjoy hamburgers. And by the way, speaking of such, I did visit one of their restaurants, and the hamburgers are delicious, absolutely delicious. And I know that these days when you go into gourmet hamburger places, you might pay $10 or $12 or $14 for a hamburger, but they're not like the old milk bar hamburgers. These are delicious, absolutely delicious. So I just thought you might enjoy that, because we all enjoy burgers.